Good morning. Good morning. Welcome to Tuesday morning, Tech Tuesdays with Trina. And as usual, I'm excited to come to you with my tips on technology. And basically, it's not only to help you with using technology for your career or for your business, but also for your personal life. I mean, I was doing a workshop yesterday, and it was about technology and virtual. You know how the technology's changed the virtual world. How everything is becoming so virtual in terms of going to the doctor and making appointments. I got my driver's license renewed over the internet last week, whereas before you had to come in and you had to take your picture, and now all that's done virtually. So it's just a virtual world. And for those of you who think that it is a situation that's going to be temporary because of the pandemic, you got another thing coming, because it is definitely not going anywhere. It's become so convenient for not only employers, but employees, for companies that, just have been operating in the traditional way. They're realizing how much money they're able to save and how more cost effective it is. People are actually getting their jobs done better because they have less stress. Imagine before the pandemic, that hour drive or 45-minute drive, how you just be all stressed out by the time you got to work. Then you had to wind down for about 10, 15 minutes at the coffee cooler. All that stuff is gone. I mean, we still got stress. A lot of us are trying to juggle our job and parents as well, with their kids doing their online, but we're working it out. I know right now I have, we're in 4 different rooms. Uh, Rick is in one room doing his projects that he's working on. My son is at work in his room, and my grandson, he is in his bedroom on his computer. So we definitely have the the highest level of internet you can get with uh, Xfinity, Comcast, because all four of us are on at one time. That's number one. All four of us are on a computer at one time. Then we have our cell phones, which are using the internet, the wireless internet, for whatever reason, for the data. So that's 8 units. And then we all have tablets, but we have turned them off because we don't use them. So we turn off the internet connection. But at least three of us. My son, he uses both. He uses his laptop as well as his tablet, and so he's working on two things at one time. So, and then we got the cell phone. So you got to have that strong connection, especially if you're doing things like what I'm doing. We're coming to you live every Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursdays at 10 a.m. So, you have to have some type of internet that is going to support what you do. And we all need an extra boost on our internet because many students are working from home as well as the parents. So, having said all that, what I've been doing in the last few series of Tech Tuesdays with Trina is pretty much bringing you the wide opening scope of what the Google platform, is available. And I'm excited about that this week to tell you what we're going to be talking about. But first, as usual, I want you to do invest in yourself, do learn new skills, do be empathetic, and do help others. So important that we give back, even if it's a little 10-minute broadcast like what you see me doing, where you're just helping someone else, another parent, or giving up ideas on how you can make all of this work inside the household in lieu of the pandemic, and not being able to go to your traditional way of work, traditional way of school, etc. So we all have to be creative in this moment in time, and that's a topic. I might even think about it myself, because we're doing some, we're playing more games together after dinner. Last night we played a game, and it's called About Life, and you just pick a card and you answer questions. So far, what you've experienced during life. And so we had such a fun time last night. I'm not gonna really let the cat out the bag with that one because it was so funny with my grandson. But it was, typically had that been a year ago, my son would have I would have made dinner. My son would have went upstairs to do what he had to do in preparation for the next day at work. My grandson would have probably had to do homework, a ton of homework, and Rick would have went and done his thing, and I'd have done my thing. This time, with this new pandemic, we have more time available because everything gets done seemingly in a organized and timely fashion, and so we seem to have more time together. And I think we should take advantage of that time and come together and be more creative than we usually are. So do help others, do be empathetic. All right. In review, we've been doing our Google series, and we first talked about what was Gmail. Everybody knows what Gmail is, but we talked about some of the features of using Gmail, how creative that program is, and it's just not your everyday email platform. We also showed you how you can integrate in your Gmail account the Google Calendar and also Google Meets, which is similar or equal to, doesn't do as many things as Zoom does, but it's getting there. And I can't imagine by the end of the year, Meets will be equal to Zoom and all the features that it has, because that's just how Google does it. I mean, they lead the way, and then, they continuously update. And what makes them so unique is that all of these features are included in your Google Gmail account for free. Obviously, there is a Google Suites paid version, but that's only like $12 a user or a person, and you still get a whole lot of bang for your buck. So definitely, want people to take advantage of using this software. So today we're going to talk about Google Drive, which is something that I instituted in all of my training programs back in the day, because what we were doing initially is having everyone save. When we were doing traditional in-class trainings, we would have students save all of their data to a that I can't remember the name of it, a flash drive, um, or USB drive, whatever you want to call it. And they would have to upload all their work. They then have to turn in their flash drive every Friday with all their assignments on there. And then they would have to take that, once we got the assignments and gave them back the flash drive, whatever they did over the weekend, they had to learn how to make sure that they copied the files to the flash drive so the flash drive would stay current with their home base computer. And that in itself was it was a cool thing in comparison to what we had before that. But it also was a challenge for a lot of people. They would lose some of their data by overwriting it. It just had a few issues. And then comes Google Drive, where you can create your work on your computer, save it, upload it to your Google Drive. And not only is it there to share with your instructor, but it's also there for you to access no matter what computer you're on. Sort of like the cloud. This was going on before the cloud became really, actually, it was the cloud, but it wasn't, people didn't know what the cloud was. And it wasn't as widely used, and people didn't really understand what it was doing. And we were already on top of it because we knew it would save time and save headache with our students. So we've been using it for a long time, and it's worked really good. So I want to go over that today and show you how to best use Google Drive in your personal, professional, or business world. And I always refer to those three areas of your life. Everyone's got a personal life, obviously. Everyone's got a career life. Everyone's, working somewhere. And then everyone's got like a little side gig. You have to. If you don't have a side gig, you're trying to get one. So the new buzzword is gigs. However, still stay in the mindset of it being a business, because it is a business. And when you're off from your regular job, like being laid off right now, and you're doing little gigs, please update your resume. Start off with giving your company or your gig a name, even if it's just XYZ Enterprises. Give it a name, update your resume, put down the time you got laid off, starting date for this business, and until. But definitely you're doing all kinds of things to stay creative, stay financially sound, and even to help others in volunteer capacity. And usually we put it under volunteerism, and you can put it under volunteerism on your resume, but also create a segment so that you don't show that gap in being unemployed. So you went from being laid off or downsized from your job to now you started your own business. And that business could be, virtual webinars. I can say this is my gig. I'm not being paid for it, but it's still a job. I show up every week, 10 o'clock, and I provide a service to you. I'm not being paid to do it. I do it as the give back of who I am, who my company is, but it's still business. So remember that big tip right there. Modify that resume today and put in what you've been doing since you've been laid off as your starting date from when you got laid off till now. Give it a name and then give it a little description of responsibilities and just put in the things that you're doing. You may just be helping another parent with the kids' homework. That's tutoring. So call it a tutoring business. I don't care what you call it. But whatever you're doing, turn it into a business so that you don't show that gap in your unemployment or employment, I should say. All right. So what is Google Drive? Google Drive is a free, can't emphasize it any better, free data storage service offered by the American search giant Google. It offers you up to 15 gigabytes of storage. So you get that automatically for free. And that's not a small bit of space. That's pretty cool for your average person, especially someone that's like in school or someone that is working part time on your personal world. It's a plenty enough space for free. Now, in this space that they provide you with, which is again is 15 gigs, you can use it to store important files, documents, pictures, etc. It uses a cloud-based computing technology, which means that your precious data is stored in one of Google's servers so that you can access it from anywhere you may be. So, and any device you may be on as well. So you can access it from your cell phone, your tablet, a computer in the library. Well, I don't know about the libraries because they kind of lock things down. I'm not sure if they open it up so that you can check your email through Google or not. Probably, but I'm not positive. But you can check, no matter where you are on anyone's computer, you can log into your Google account and you can check your email. You can check any document that you uploaded to your Google Drive. And I'm going to show you quickly how that is done. So let's stop sharing. And then we will share our screen so that I can go my entire screen. And then I'm going to go to my Google account. And let's see. I'll just go to my main one. So here I am in my main Google email account. And I'm going to go over to the dots as I've been showing you in every series. And you will see your list of programs that are available to you from the Google Suite. And in there, you're going to look for this symbol that is your Google Drive. So click on Google Drive and you will see a new menu pop up and a list of all your files. Now, depending on how you set up your Google Drive from the get-go, it will probably, and it's taking a bit time to load because I've got a ton of stuff out there. You will probably see some files that you didn't even know that ended up on your Google Drive. All right, come on. I don't know what's taking so long. But anyway, let's start over here while we wait for those files to populate. Over here, you have your My Drive, which is going to list all your files here once this loads. And then you can also click here, and it'll show you all the files that have been shared to you from other people, including yourself. Then you have a recent button, and that's going to give you a list of all the files recently that you have either worked with or shared to or uploaded. And it's saying that the server has encountered an error. Please try again later. Don't you know I don't have time to try again later? Let's go to all right, there, I'll go to my other one. So this is my drive. And by the way, you saw I switched from one drive to another. So for every Gmail account that you have, you create that 15 gigs of drive space. Now, because you have access to several different email addresses, that means you have several different Google Drive accounts. And that's cool. You don't want to have too many because then it gets to be too much. But you do, have access to several ones depending on, how many Gmail addresses, again, that you have. So here's my drive. These are the recent files that have been shared with me. And look at this. This was actually shared with me from one of my clients. So here's her email, uh, her actual account. This is who she is, and this is the date that she shared it with me. Uh, Here's Mindy, one of my students. She shared her resume. So all of these files are in my shared drive, and I can access them from any place that I am on any device that I am. Recent is going to just sort them by how recently they were actually uploaded. And so here we have a number of files that I have put out there, some PDF files that I'm using to create a project that I'm working on. Star, these are things that you put a star behind that are, easier to find quickly, things you work on. Like say you're working on a big project and you wanted to be at the top of the list, you put a star on it. You just click on star and it'll be sitting right out here. I don't have that. I don't see the need because when I do recent, I get pretty much the same thing. But recent is a lot of recent if you're really, really busy. And then you have your trash where you can dump everything that you don't want in there. And you can see this is some old stuff. Actually, I did not really realize that wow, these are all my shows. I'm going to have to pull, I had deleted them and then I couldn't find them. And I was just about to say, I can't believe they stayed in here all this time and I could have deleted them. But look at that. I'm glad. These are all my shows that I've been doing these are all the way back in 17. So I was looking for these shows. How about that? Found them. So I will definitely, let's see, it says no preview available. So file is in owner's trash. So I will have to restore them. Let's see what we have to do. Yeah, restore. So you right click on it and you restore. That's cool. I can restore each and every one of them. And I bet you if I go on my recent, there they are. So now I can play it. This was a show that I've done years ago. But that's cool, isn't it? Powerful, free. Powerful, free. All right, so we talked about the trash, and if something's out there that I say you accidentally delete it, and it'll go to your trash bin. And let's say you accidentally deleted it, you can always go back here and right click on the file and restore it, or delete it forever. Now remember, this is all storage that's being taken up for some files that you didn't want. Obviously, I was lucky that I do have these, and I didn't delete them. I may need to, restore them. However, if you know you don't need it, it's taking up some of your 15 gig, which brings us to storage. So these are all the files that I have sitting out in storage. They make up here 56.9 gigabytes of space of my 100 gigabyte that I need in order that I have left of. I have about 40, maybe no 30 some gigabytes left of my 100 gigabyte space that I purchased. So 15 gigs is what they give you standard. If you want more, you can buy more. So let's take a look at that. So I bought 100 gigabytes. I paid $20 a year. It knows that I have that plan because it's telling me here I can change it to my monthly plan. Also, when we looked at my menu here, it told me I had 100 gigabytes right there. So going back over to our plan, I'm probably, because I'm getting close, I don't want to wait until I'm real close. I'm about 60 now, so I got about 40 left. So I'm probably going to, in lieu of all the things that I do at the pace that I do it, I am probably going to go to the next plan, which is 200 gigabytes, and it's going to cost me $1 more a month. Well, actually, I did the year, so it was something like $1.50, 60 cents per month, whatever that $20 is divided by 12, whatever that is. So here I can go to $30 a year, which is going to cost me $10 more. However, I'm going to double my space for half the price. So, and then the next tier is $100 a year for 2 terabytes, and then doubling that price. Actually, there is no yearly price. Wow, that's going to be $50 a month for 10 terabytes. So that's a lot. That's a whole lot of space. And let's see what we get. Extra benefits. We're going to get some extra member benefits if we go to the expanded platform. And I want to see what that is. Oh, you even got more. Look at that, 30 for 149. Doesn't really have a link here. I'm going to find out what those extra member benefits are, because it appears as though there's something else extra. Or it could be the same, because it is over on this side as well. 3% back when you go to the store. So you get a little extra 3% on store credit every time you purchase something. I've never been to the store, so I don't even know what they sell. I guess T-shirts and things like that. But at any rate, the biggest takeaway from this is that you're going to double your space. And it's cool because not only does it keep track, it keeps, you have that extra space, but you can keep all your Google Gmail emails out there, things that you want to keep forever. You don't have to worry about them being lost or, not being able to access them because your account is full. So maintain your data storage as well. So let's go back to our main area, and I want to show you how you actually add to the Google Drive. So right now we've gone over some of the sub items in your main menu. Let's go ahead and click on New. And under New, you have several options. You can create a new folder. The reason you would want to create a new folder is in that folder, you would want to maybe keep all of your contracts together or all your different versions of your resume together. So you would create a new folder and name it. So I'm just going to call it test folder so that I can go ahead and delete it. Because remember, I'm working on space. You're working on space that you purchase. So test folder, click create. All right. So here we have our test folder. And it organizes it as well on your drive. So here's my test folder. I have a couple of folders for different clients as well. And now that I have my folder, I can double click on it and you see there's nothing in there. So at this point, I can now do a file upload. You can also upload a folder. So if you've created a folder on your desktop, let's go to our desktop. Actually, I cleaned up my desktop yesterday, so it's looking pretty good. Oh, I do have one out there. So if you wanted to upload your shortcuts, you could. If you have a folder on one of your external drives, I could upload that entire folder. And let's see, let's see how big this is. Google Docs. Let's put Google Docs. Click on upload. And it says that it has 7 files in that folder, and it's going to upload. So I've uploaded under my test folder, Google Docs. Now, let's go ahead and try to upload an actual document. So I can actually do a file upload, and I can find the uploaded file anywhere on my computer or an external drive. So let's go ahead and click on a file. Let's go ahead and put this PDF. Click open. And you'll see accidentally, as quickly as possible, it uploads quickly and it's right in my test folder. All right. If I wanted to add it to another folder, I could do that. I could move it to another folder. I could rename the folder name. I could change the color. Look at that. So that my folder color when let's go. Yeah. Um when we open up additional folders, they'll be color coded. All right. You also have the ability to download that folder back to your computer with all the documents in there. You can remove that folder. You can also store that folder so it's at the top and it can be used quickly or found quickly. And of course, you can move it to another folder in your Google Drive as well. Let's go back to our pull down menu here. You can also go to your Google Docs, and any documents that you've created in your Google Docs, you can actually save them and it'll go right into your Google Drive. So any programs, which of course next week we're going to be talking about our next series topic, which will be Google Docs, I'm sure of it. And I'm going to show you how you actually bring them in. Actually create your Google Docs, and then you actually will be able to bring in and view those files that you created under the Google G Suite for any of those programs that you use. And there you have it. That's how quickly and easy it is to do any of this stuff using Google platform. Now, here's more. And we're going to go through all these things. So you're going to want to stay with our Google series because a lot of folks know a little bit about Google Suite programs, but they don't know what all these things mean. So I'm going to this one here, I can't wait to tell you about, and that's Google Forms. It's such a cool program. Um, it just has such a great purpose. And I don't know anything like it in Microsoft products. I'm sure there is, but I happen to like Google Docs because I was exposed to it about a year ago and I've been using it. Rick uses it. It's just a cool program. So, and we've actually integrated it into some of our new trainings that we're offering at the T-Bird Center. And so we're excited about that as well. But I wanted to go over a brief, let me just show you real quickly too. Let's go back to my drive. Let's cancel all that. I know we're running out of time, but I wanted to show you real quickly. I don't know what's taking this Google so long to load the files. Server problems again. I don't know, Google, what's going on with you? I wanted to show you once you get into the file. Well, you know what? We'll extend this next week since we're about to run out of time. And I wanted to show you how not only can you, there we go. So you can right click on any one of your files and look at all these options that you have. So you can share it to someone. Let's do a share. You type in their email address. You send them a message. So let's go ahead and do that. I'm going to send it to the T-Bird Center and test to demonstrate Google Drive share. And this is the email address. It's going to send it to you. So I'm going to go over to my email, get the right one. As you can see, I have a couple of them. So I go over to my email, click on my inbox. It should be coming real soon. And Gmail is just really, really slow today. I also want to show you, while we're waiting for that, how you can have a list of all of the files that were shared. Oh man, this is really slow. There we go. Share with me. So these are all the ones that have been shared with me. And I wanted to show you how you can share with someone else. You can also get the shareable link. So this is the link. I'm going to copy the link. Then I'm going to go to a new look at that. There we go. Should have showed you that confidential resume. But you can actually get the link. It'll create a link for you and it'll share it. And then you can go up to your address bar and place it in there and share it. So it's a lot more. I think I'm going to make a part 2 series of Google Drive because there is a lot more that I want to show you how to do. And we have run out of time. And Google is very, very slow. Let's see if the emails Yeah, it's not too bad. I guess it's trying to come up. I don't know why the Google Drive part of it is running really slow. But it's usually quick. Never have any problems. But of course, I'm trying to do a demo on it, and it's giving me a bunch of. Could be I have too many things open too. Uh, and I'm doing a live presentation too. So, um, but I will continue this next week, and I look forward to showing you more about the features of Google Drive and how it is linked to other programs like Google Classroom, like everything, every application that Google has, it's all linked to it, and you will definitely be able to see the connection that allows you to take advantage of all the features of Google platform. Definitely. So we took a look at it, and we're up on the end of our show. I want to just tell you that knowledge is useless without good execution. And these broadcasts are brought to you by Ask Trina, which I definitely want you guys to check out my Facebook page, Ask Trina. A lot of you send me a lot of questions, and I use them as topics for shows. And of course, I answer your questions that you may have in regards to business, careers, technology. And I've even gotten some, what do you think, personal questions answered as well. So I love being able to give my knowledge away to anyone that requested. So it is also brought to you by T-Bird Live, which is where we actually broadcast all of our shows. So you can go to Facebook and enter T-Bird Live, and you'll see all of our shows, as well as T-Bird Live with Rick Z, which he does his show. Remember, tomorrow is our Wednesdays Women webinars. We'll be conducting our Circle of Success series. We have done knowing your worth, knowing your value, and creating your brand for your professional life as well as your business life. And you'll have to tune in tomorrow to see what the new topic is. There is a new topic, and I want you to tune in. So I don't want to spoil it. I want you to tune in so you can find out what that next topic is. And again, any questions you have for Tech Tuesdays with Trina, send them to asktrinaB@gmail.com or simply call me at 609-484-9356. Thank you for watching, and I will see you next week and promise to end on time. We are 3 minutes past our end date, but that's the world of Facebook Live. You can go a little longer than you want, or you're supposed to, I should say. And so there you have it. I will see you tomorrow at 10 o'clock for Wednesday's Women Webinars, which we're doing our Circle of Success. I'm your host, Trina Bird. Have a safe and blessed day.